What's going on, my beautiful people from YouTube? Let's talk about something a little bit controversial here in Web3, because Web3 is a place where you can make easy money as long as you're early. If you're watching this video right now, you're early. I gotta tell you, you're early. So I'll show you exactly how to get yourself a free miner. I'm talking about $625 in earnings in just 1 week. It is not clickbait. It is actually what's taking place here, and I want to help you get exactly that. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. You may be wondering, how is that even possible? How would you be able to make that much money in 1 week without putting a lot of effort into it? Well, it's not hard when you think about the grand scheme of things. Say goodbye to conglomerates and say hello to decentralization. This is where the game changes. Now, you see, mining crypto is where I love to be, and it's because it's low effort and high reward. High risk? Sometimes, but ultimately, I love enjoying passive income through nodes, through miners, maybe high-powered ASICs or low-powered units. And I am always looking for that opportunity. And this one is no different. But I do believe they're doing it right. Mining is nothing more than getting rewarded for doing some kind of work. Sometimes that work that your miner might be performing is solving an algorithm in the case of Bitcoin, for example. Or it may be providing data coverage like Helium. In this case, for this miner, you are indexing the internet. That's right, the same thing that Google and Bing are doing out there. You get to do it from the comfort of your own home. And best part of it, you get to be rewarded for it. This does change the playing field, because before, no one really has had the ability of gathering this information and be able to provide it in a decentralized manner. And I've talked about Timpi before. They did a crowdfund on the Cadena blockchain, and that was very successful. They met their goals, and they've been building. They've been hard at work, and it's all paying off to what's happening in these next couple of weeks here. And I want to make sure that you know exactly what's happening and how to best benefit from it. We're talking about the Guardian node today. Their Guardian node is not currently for sale, but it will open for sale. And I just want you to understand exactly what's happening and how these rewards are so high. You see a lot of networks build these ginormous infrastructures, and all of a sudden they take a look at the balance sheet and they're earning $3,000 a month. That was Helium, by the way, with their IoT devices. I'm making pretty good money with Helium Mobile, but it's just not sustainable. And the way they're going about this in Timpi is very, very different. They want to make sure that they have the right number of workers, right number of nodes, right number of miners to gather the data that is necessary for their success. No more, no less. And that's why these earnings are so high. They have launched something that they're calling the MEXC event. And this is the first of many to come. What they want to do is stress test their network and make sure that they are able to gather the data that they are promising people. Now, with the few nodes that they already have on their network, they have been very successful and they're very excited with the results they've gotten. But now they're ready to take this to the next level. They are launching their token in just a few days on Ori chain. And please take a look at it. You don't want to miss that, because it is going to change the internet. No, it's not going to change the internet. It's going to change a lot more than that, because we're in an age of AI. And when it comes to AI, well, whoever has the data has the power. And right now, Bing and Google are the major players in the space. And it's not very cheap. If you want to query those APIs, it's a lot of work. And these guys are looking to lower the costs to make sure that everyone can have great models and do wonderful things with it. Yes, they are a search engine, but it doesn't stop there. It goes much, much further. Now let's talk about this Guardian node. That's something I am actually running. It's something I believe in, and I think it's worthwhile, not only for Timpi, but if you believe in a free internet, something that is decentralized and available to all. Data should not be gatekept. Actually, data should not be stolen from people. And that's what's happening a lot of times, is that your data, your privacy is at risk. And instead of saying, you know what, we're going to collect all data that belongs to the user, like many of these players do, Timpi's doing it differently. They're indexing the web. They're not interested in knowing who is going where or doing what. They want to make sure that this access is free, unbiased, and uncensored, because the results you get a lot of times, well, let's just say they might be tailored to whatever the company at hand might want you to see. And these Guardian nodes are out there collecting data, collecting very important data that allows you and I to get a very true and real look at the internet as it stands. without filters, without people manipulating the data and showing you only what they want or showing you who the highest bidder wants you to see. Now, let's talk about this node and how it's so profitable. This Apex event that I talked about just a second ago is going to basically reward node runners with 100% of what they spend buying this node. You do need to run this node on a machine that is fairly decent, nothing crazy. I mean, we're talking about Windows 10 or above, or a Linux 64-bit unit with at least 2 cores. I'd recommend having 4, at least 2 gigs of RAM, probably should have 8 at least, and 1 gig of free storage. 1 gig of free storage, that's absolutely nothing. So yeah, have like 3 to 5 minimum, and have a good internet connection. Now, that's not too much to ask for when you're supporting this really cool network. And you're not going to just earn your tokens during this Apex event. You're going to continue to earn. So essentially, you're getting a free miner. Now, how does this free miner work out? The math is quite simple. They have an allocation of roughly 2.9 million tokens just for this Apex event, which means that every miner, if you're online, you got to be online for more than 90% of the time that this thing is actually going on, you're going to earn a bonus of 15,625 tokens, which at the token price of 4 cents, where they're launching in just a couple of weeks, well, that gives you back $625. So your cost is net zero. Now, I'd like to think that you're actually going to make more money, because 4 cents, well, I think that's low for everything that Timpi is doing and the quality of the project that they have. But that's besides the point, and I'll definitely cover them in the future so you guys know exactly what's happening over there. During this Apex week, they do want to stress test their network. They want to make sure it works well, that they're capturing the right number of pages, that they're indexing the web like they want to. And now, yes, this is the current number of nodes. They, I think, have roughly 100 left. But that doesn't mean that it's going to stop there. The idea is that they want to see where this gets them. They don't want to put more units on their network than they have to. But they do want to reward the people that are supporting Timpi and are doing the right thing by running a node. They want to make sure that those people are, well, rewarded quite well, actually. So I am running this thing, like I said, and I'm encouraging anyone that's interested in running nodes and getting, their feet wet when it comes to this space to try it out, because the requirements for this are quite low. I have a dedicated machine just to run this Guardian node to be able to go out there and index the web. Now, you don't have to have a dedicated computer. You could run on the computer that you're using right now. Most of the time, you're using a fraction of the compute power that your computer usually has. But again, to each his own. I want to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can with my node, and I want to get that 90% plus uptime. Now, I understand that running nodes is not everybody's cup of tea, and I got to say, that's okay. The cool thing about the Timpi platform is that they're doing more than just running nodes and rewarding those people pretty well. They're also building something incredible. Their decentralized search engine is quite a feat on its own, because it's different than anything else that's been created before. There has never been a decentralized search engine in the world. This is the first time it's taking place, and I am so incredibly proud of the accomplishment they've achieved. I've been privileged to have access to their beta test, and man, are the search results everything I want them to be? No, the algorithm isn't great, but guess what? The indexing works. All the data that I could ever ask for is in there. Now they're at the last part of it, which is just making sure that that data is utilized in the best possible way. And that's why I was talking about the AI aspect of things. With all of that information, if you have a model that's, let's say it's a good model, that's able to quickly gather information, well, that's just as good as the information that it's able to actually access, right? Right now, you see that a lot of the ChatGPT features is going out and searching the web. I mean, even before GPT-4 was out, I was already using a plugin that allowed me to search the web. But we're changing the game now. We're making sure that you can actually access indexed data. That's very different than saying, go look at this website. No, we're saying, take a look at this entirety of data sets and hone down into what matters. That's really going to change the game, and is a really innovative way of accessing data through AI. I digress. I get way too excited when it comes to AI because I've been kind of living and breathing that world like day in, day out recently. highly recommend anybody that's interested in AI, check it out. Make sure that you're doing your due diligence there, because there's a lot to learn, a lot for everyone to benefit from. And the people that are afraid of AI, I'll leave you this tidbit here. AI is not something you should be afraid of. AI is something that you should embrace. And when I say embrace, I mean research, learn how it works, and try to leverage it to your benefit. That is the best possible thing you could do right now. And if you're doing anything else, come talk to me. I'm on Twitter or X all the time, and I'd love to have a discussion, because I don't see the reason why so many people are afraid of technology. Technology has been around for a while. It's just finally been able to reach mainstream. That's all that's happening. You're seeing all kinds of crazy things happen, like the Apple Vision Pro that just came out. Cool little device. Is it that innovative, or are people just going crazy over it? Because I'd say most features, have been available even with the Quest headsets. So you just need to understand what the technology is. And I am in Web3 because of the technology. And during that search for the next big technology that's out there, well, I find nodes, I find things that are profitable, that can keep my lights on and gets me, revenue. That's really where I'm at with all this thing, because I'm here for the technology, and I'm just so happy that I'm able to find companies, products that are doing things right, and that we can all benefit from and grow together and basically stick it to the man. Well, not necessarily the man, but the people who are taking advantage of your daily searches, the people who are taking advantage of your everyday use of the internet. That's who we're sticking it to by running these nodes and being part of this really cool ecosystem. Nevertheless, don't forget to smash that like button, because it does go a long way. It sounds silly every time a YouTuber does, it makes those dumb faces. Well, that's me, because it goes a long way to making sure that more people find this video, and leaving a comment shows people that, whatever you're watching, whoever it is that is watching, you guys are engaged. That maybe you might not be interested in this video, and you leave me a comment saying, "Hello, Action. I'd like for you to talk about X, Y, and Z project. Can you cover them? Can you tell me more about what's going on over there?" Sure, I'd love to. I am always the guy who's looking for new things, and I spend more time doing research on the internet than I like to admit. But it's all worth it, because when I find gems, well, my goal is to bring them to you. So thank you all so much for the comments, for the love on this video, and for sticking around to the end, because you know how this goes. There's always something special at the end of the video. Like I said, something special at the end of the video. Let me tell you the truth, what's going on here. I have been working to get some other people to create content and helping them create that content. But I feel like it's just not going very well, and those people are not committed the way that they should be. So instead of empowering other people to create more content, I guess I got to do it myself, right? It's one of those things like, if you want something done right, just do it yourself. Well, kind of what I'm doing, not what I would love to do long term, but hey, I'm here for you guys, and it's the reason why I do research day in, day out, why I have the crazy conversations with the crazy people that I have every day, is because of you, to make sure that I'm bringing you the best possible information, the insights that kind of, I don't want to say get leaked to me, but that I kind of get just by being in this space for as long as I have. It's not always easy to gather information and find out what's worth it and what's not, but it's worth it for me, because it allows me to provide good information to other people. And man, I spend way more time than I should, not only doing research, but talking to people and helping others in the space. And you might ask, why in the world am I doing that? Well, it's really rewarding. I really do enjoy helping others, and I really do enjoy getting you guys the best possible information that I can. So I'm going to leave this video here. Remember to use that, code ACTION when you're checking out on Timpi, or just go to, timpi.action.ceo to get that stuff taken care of, and check out that node that I'm talking about. But man, I am just so thrilled, so happy that you all are part of this thing and are watching the video till the very end, because without you guys are the audience. You guys are the reason I do this. And if it didn't have an audience, well, this video would reach nobody. So you guys are phenomenal. Thank you so much. I do have that Discord link. I'm going to keep that in there. I'm going to be more available on that platform. And if you want to leave me a comment, let me know. I'm really curious. Should I open a Telegram too? Just to make it simpler, right? Because I have a lot of stuff on the Discord, and it's not always the best. So yeah, Timpi, I believe in these guys. They have they have their heart in the right place. I'm going to be doing some spaces with them. You guys should check that out. I'm going to put the link in the description so that you guys can access that later on. But you guys are phenomenal. Thank you all so much for the love and support, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.